You're listening to the Global Ed Podcast, where educators share inspiring and thought-provoking stories from around the world.
In this episode, I speak with Resa, who lives in Bantar Gebang, which is located on the outskirts of Indonesia's capital city, Jakarta. Bantar Gebang is one of the largest landfill sites in the world, with mountains of rubbish soaring 15 stories high and with over 7,000 tonnes of rubbish arriving each day. The local community live in small roadways that have been cut into the mountains of rubbish and in houses that have been built from what they find in the landfill. The families that live there earn money by sifting through the rubbish, looking for materials and items that can be sold. It is within this community that Resa started an organisation called Seeds of Bantar Gebang, or BGBJ, which provides employment and education opportunities for young people. The school which Resa started runs in a part-time capacity and is held in open-air classrooms staffed by volunteers. Welcome to the Global Ed Podcast, Resa.
With more than 10 million residents, the capital city of Indonesia, Jakarta, has to deal with the production of mountains and mountains of trash. The solution in 1989 was to open the Bantar Gebang landfill site, which is in the Bekasi district to the southeast of the country. In the 1980s, the 200-acre site was covered in housing and rice fields, but now it's an endless mound of garbage that's one of the biggest in Asia. Most of the 7,500 tons of waste produced in the city each day is sent to Bantar Gebang, and the site is currently estimated to contain as much as 42 million tons, which in some places is piled up to 130 feet or 40 meters high. The original plan was for the material to be managed in a sanitary way, but now it's a virtual free-for-all where trash is dumped wherever possible.
Resa, you grew up in Bantar Gebang. Tell us what that was like.
Yeah, growing up at the landfill is challenging for me as a child and also for my brother. And then, before it was really nice village, like surrounded by the rice field and also farming area, bamboo, and like traditional houses and really beautiful. And it's not landfill until the landfill expand to our place. And then you can imagine as a child going to school, like walking in the morning among the mountain of rubbish is not safe, you know.
It's hard for me to imagine what it must be like to grow up living in a place which is just surrounded by rubbish. Did you play on the mountains of rubbish? Did you go up on them? Did you work on them? What was it like?
I climbed the mountain like quite often with the mountain of rubbish. Quite often with my friend, like because I accompany my friend to find like food there, like a mushroom or watermelon, like because the watermelon grows at the landfill, like on the mountain. But then my parents really strict, especially my father. He told me like you cannot eat the food from the landfill.
Wow. So people obviously ate food which they found on the landfill, but beyond that, what was it like living there? What was the housing like? What was it like to grow up there?
Living in Bantar Gebang, like you can imagine this mountain of rubbish with really intense smell. Like it stinks. That's how people describe. It's filthy. And then the houses where people live at the landfill, like the house, like they made out of material they found from the landfill, like the wood, the turf, the curtain, and then also some of paper, like the like a cupboard, and then that's what people use to build their house, and also like the floor is not made out of cement, but the floor is just the ground. They just cover with the plastic.
Sounds like a pretty challenging place to grow up. But for the adults, what do they do? How do they earn a living so that they can support their families?
Well, for the men, for our parents, it's really a tough life. And then they have to climb the mountain. They have to go to the mountain of rubbish to pick up valuable stuff like plastic, can, bottles, anything that they can sell. So as a child, like based on my experience, yeah, we really enjoy our life as a child. But as parents, they need to feed the family. They need to provide the house for the family, and it's not an easy life. for the waste picker or this trash hero, they climb the mountain of rubbish I can say it's 24-hour working, but they have a shift. Like some people, like they go to the landfill like early in the morning, like 6 o'clock, and going home at 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But there is also people going in the 6 o'clock in the afternoon, coming back 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
For these waste pickers or trash heroes, as you call them, I mean, this is not an official industry. This is people just climbing up onto the mountains of rubbish who are just scavenging in amongst everybody else, while excavators and trucks are delivering more rubbish and moving it around.
Working there is not safe because also some people get injured as well when they work, because they work like really close to the excavator, and then yeah, it's excavator, right?
Yep,
So
excavator.
yeah, and yeah, sometimes like when excavator try to lift the waste to move to another area, and sometimes like there is like a piece like a wood beam, and then it's fall, and then it hit the trash hero, the waste picker, and then they get injured. And also sometimes people got, I don't know like what they got, like maybe heart attack or like because of the methane gas, and then like they just like their friend thought that he's sleeping, but he's not sleeping, he passed away just like on top of the mountain of rubbish. So like the working condition is not pleasant. It's a difficult, and also it's a bit dangerous.
So, Reza, what's life like for the children who live in Bantar Gebang?
So like the life of the children in Bantar Gebang, I think it's just similar like other children around the world. Like we also play. For example, we go to the football field, like soccer field. We play football, and then we play also like there is traditional games in Indonesia, and then like hide and seek, and also we doing that as well. And then so many thing, and then we play with our friends, and yeah, if we see deeper, the life of children in Bantagbang is really what I can say. Like the condition is miserable, but the kids in Bantar Gebang, they still know how to be happy. They look so happy, and then if you ever visit one day, you will see they really know how to embrace their life, like not complaining all the time. For example, like we found the Barbie on the street next to the landfill. We take it home, we clean, and we play. Like with the limited resource, or with limited what we have, and then we still can make a fun out of it, and then we still can be happy.
I know one thing that you did for fun when you were a child was to slide down the rubbish mountains. Is that something that the kids still do?
Yes, and then also the children play on the rubbish mountain, and then we often they do like what you call it, the sliding, like from the top, and then we go down, and sometimes also like we got injured also sometimes because it's not safe.
Now, Reza, you are affectionately known as the Princess of the Dump. Where did that nickname come from?
I got the name Princess of the Dam. It was bully at school. My friend called me that because my shoes sometimes it smell like cat poop. You know why? Because in front of my home is the landfill area. So like on the road there is a leachate. When the leachate like stuck, I mean like for example a rainy season, and then I will bring the smell on my shoes to the school, and then like my friends start like calling me, ah, you are princess, like Putri Pembuangan Sampah or princess of the dam. And I say, yeah, I'm sorry, kids. Sorry, my friend. Yeah, it smell. It's my shoes. And then you know what? I took off my shoes, and then I'm just like at school. I'm with barefoot. I don't wear my shoes, so I don't put it on. So yeah, actually it was bully at school. Then for me it was okay. Like from Bantar Gebang, then I can use this nickname to inspire other people, inspire the young people as well. For example, like people always feel what you call it, like is not confident, and then they feel like very shy, embarrassed with their condition, their situation. But for me, like just use something, yeah, for example, like this misery, and one day you can come out of the misery, but you can use yourself to motivate other people, to tell other people like no matter how difficult the situation now as a child or as a young people, but one day, as long as you believe in yourself, one day you will see something different. So that's my motivation in life.
We're going to move on and talk a little bit about the school which you started. But before we do, is school something that the kids want to go to?
The kids not really, they're not really into school, to be honest. And then they only like enjoy playing a lot, because also they don't get motivation from the parents to go to school. And as normally what happened to the kids is like the parent only told the kids like, ah, the school is not important, and then it just wastes time, waste of money, and better just like join us to the landfill or just play at home, because the parent doesn't want to pay for the books, because like at school, like even the parent need to pay for the what you call it, like assignment, but there is like special books for it. I don't know what you call in English.
I think you probably
So
mean like textbooks.
yeah, some textbook, and then like for the tour, like the school always have it, and then like swimming, another fee for that, and then the parent like really like, oh, like better just stay at home, and then lack of motivation from the parent, it just make the kids love to play. They don't want to think about the future. And we just, like this is sad, because how to cut the cycle of poverty if we just let this happen? For example, we want our nation, Indonesian, to be a big nation and then have the bright future. But what we need to do, like we have to think and pay attention on education. And I think like to get better education, and also will provide a better life for the children in the future.
With a strong growing economy, the future should be bright for 57 million school students in Indonesia. But the education system here came last in a global report measuring schooling standards.
If we were given the chance to learn more specific, I think we would be better than this. We're lacking modern techniques to engage students to have that willingness to study.
Resa, I know that you went to school. How did your experience frame your thinking about opening up a school in Bantar Gebang?
I got a good education until high school, but these people in Bantar Gebang, they don't get what I got. And I said, maybe I should give back to community, to the people, because my parents got the money by buying stuff from the Trace Hero people. And then I said, like, I should give back to these people. That's the start, 2004, after graduate from high school.
You could have done lots of different things to help your community, but what was it that made you focus on young people, and specifically the idea to open up a school?
So the reason is because my my experience where when I couldn't continue my study, and then it was hitting me really hard. Then I'm thinking like maybe I can use my skill, my knowledge and then share with the children in Bantar Gebang. That's the first reason. So that's why I set up the school. And at the beginning, it was only using, like there is like a house, like belong to our neighbor, and then that's the first time I share my knowledge with the children there. And then after that, the owner want to use the house, and then we move to our terrace. That's the first journey of teaching in Bantar Gebang.
Tell me about the setup of the school. How do you organise all of the classes that you offer?
Yeah, we spread them by the age, like from 5 until 11, like same. And then from 11 until 14, 15, or 16, they're together. Two for now. Actually, like it will be ideal for three classes, but we can't do it now. We don't have enough space.
I hear you saying that you've run out of space. How many children actually have come to your school since you started it up?
From 40, 60, 70, 80, 100, 130, 150. So like before we got affected last year by government, and then in our home we have like around like 148 children coming together. But the diligent one who come for study, only around 70, 80 children. The rest is coming for lunch and also for sport. But for me, that's okay.
Your school is probably quite different from many schools around the world. When you considered the needs of the children and what you would teach them, what were some of the skills that you thought would be really useful for them?
Skill they learn is how to read, how to write, and also sport and dancing, and also about the environmental education. And also, we do also gardening and cooking with the kids.
Gardening and cooking, that sounds great. How do you go about teaching them those skills?
So, like gardening and cooking, we teach them how to grow their own food, and then when it produce for example, the vegetables, and then we cook together. So they really love it. So sometimes we cook together, and then we teach them like even like a simple food, but it's with a protein and healthy.
I know that one of the subjects that you're really keen to teach at the school is English. Is there a particular approach that you take to get the children interested in it?
So this is more like what they use in the daily basis. For example, like we want to do this football match, and then before that we give vocabulary in English, so the kids know like balls or the field or shoes, and then like this vocabulary. And for example, we want to play Uno, and we teach them like the color like green, red. So like it's something simple. And then we have this also upcycle workshop where we make our product out of the reclaimed material from the landfill, reclaimed wood, and also rubber. Then people order from us.
The sheer size and frenetic pace of Jakarta can sometimes make it feel like a city unraveling at the seams. But it's those 10 million residents who hold it all together. Long after the traffic jams are forgotten, it's the warmth, pride, and smiles of the people which are remembered. Despite its rather gritty reputation, this is a city that often charms its way into the hearts of travelers.
The way that you staff your school is quite different as well. Where do you get your staff from?
We have a volunteer. They come from around the world and stay with us. So the kids, like like at the beginning, they don't really confident to say hello to foreigner, and then after a while, because like every week they will see like foreigner in our place, and then the kids just like hello, what is your name? Where are you from? and then they start communicate, and then with the vocabulary they got, and also sometimes they use Google Translate as well. So they communicate each other, and then it was really, really a good experience for the children in Bantar Gebang.
And what are some of the challenges that the volunteers face when they're teaching in the school?
So sometimes when we don't use a microphone, and then we have to increase our voice. But yeah, the kids, when we teach, and then sometimes also the kids not always pay attention. But sometimes, yeah, we try our best, and then we use the microphone sometimes, but not always. Yeah, that's the experience. But I like it, and also for some volunteer, they don't get used to teach in front of 50 children, and then they told me it was exhausted.
It's amazing that you've been able to find volunteers to come and run the school. Did you think that it would be difficult to get them to come and do this?
At the beginning, people told me like, "Who gonna come and stay at your hostel? No one will come because it's sting." Like at the end of the day, lot of people contact us. Lot of people want to stay, and some people stay 5 months, 4 months, 3 months. So they want to dig and deeper about like life at the landfill, like for the research and also for their own experience. Like some people from Europe, they feel always unhappy, grumpy with their life, and then when they come to Bantar Gebang, they see people happy, even living in that difficult and like limited resource. They look happy.
I know that you've got one rule that you're really strict on with the children. Could you just tell me what it is, please?
So we teach the kids not to beg anything from our guests. Every guest coming to BGBG, make sure 100% there is no kid will beg for money. Hey, Gavin, give us 100,000. No, they will never do it because we teach them, kids. It's okay. We live in Bantar Gebang, but we are not beggar. Do not ever beg to the guests who come to BGBG, who come to our place, who stay with us. If they share something with you, and then you can take it and say thank you.
I suppose by the very fact that you've got a rule about not begging, it tells us something about the community there. Do you ever find that there's a conflict between the kids attending school, but also being available to the family to help them pick rubbish to earn money to live?
Sometimes there is a clash with the parents. Like for example, we support the kids to go to school, but the parents doesn't want to feed the kids anymore. So the parents will force them to stop schooling and then ask them to get married. So I want to have this dormitory, so where the kids can live there, and then they can go to school. After school, they have activity at the BGBG. But I don't know. It will give me more responsibility. But for something good, why not? So I will try to do it.
What are some of the success stories that you've had with students from your school?
So the success story, I got some student now already working, and then have a family, have a better job, and then they build house already, they have a car already, and then yeah, it's make me happy. Some of them also they graduate from university as well, and then some of them now in Medan working for the boarding school as well, and then some student like already moved to another province in Indonesia as well. So it's make me happy actually. But also, there is also story when I met a student, and then she barely talk. She barely talk but she tried to speak in English. When she asks like what is your name, she will ask like what is your name. But now when we met, she already know how to speak in English, like a proper like what is your name, where are you from, and very confident. This is also for me like a successful story, the success story. And then yeah, success is not always about like having materials like house or car. and a family. But I mean, like to see the kids like being confident also make me feel happy.
That's great. What would you say the kids appreciate most from going to the school?
So the kids appreciate coming to my school is the love they got at our school. Because when they come to our school, they can say hello and then hug me as well. So that's the most amazing thing that they got at our school. They feel loved by me and also by our team at BGBG.
You've been in the community for a long time now. What would you say you've learnt from the things you've done and the experiences that you've had there?
What I learned for the last 19 years of doing this activity in Bantar Gebang, it's made me really feel how to become a real human, how to be grateful in my life, how to see things deeper. So that's what I learned. And also, like, if people ask me, like, are you happy to do it? And I say, yes, I'm happy because, like, I was surrounded by a lot of people around me and with love as well from the children in Bantar Gebang. So I think this is the best thing that I did in my life. For example, if I die tomorrow, I will never regret for what I have in Bantar Gebang because I use my life to give back to community, and then this is really the biggest love that I experience in my life.
Despite the problems facing Indonesia, the Southeast Asian giant is advancing rapidly and is on a trajectory for global economic power and influence. Its rise, along with many other developing nations, will certainly serve as a focal point for the coming century.
As we finish our time together, Resa, could you tell me the hopes that you have for the young people of Bantar Gebang, the community, and for Indonesia?
My hope for the young people in Bantar Gebang, I hope they can see their hidden potential, and then they want to upgrade their knowledge, and then I hope they can see there is a future, and then I hope they can see Bantar Gebang not the end of their life. So this is what I really hope. But sometimes to translate what I hope into a sentence is really difficult. But I try my best to keep spreading the word to the children. Like there is nothing impossible in this life. And then I really hope these children to be really the seed of love, the seed of Bantar Gebang. The seed will grow as a big trees and then will give benefit to our country, Indonesia.
Thank you very much, Resa, for sharing your story on the Global Ed podcast. I wish you, your students and your community all the very best into the future.
Next time on the Global Ed podcast.
Well, that's the end of season 1 of the Global Ed podcast. I really hope that you have enjoyed listening. I'd like to thank each of my guests who have given their time to share their stories with me and with you. If you or someone you know has a story that could feature on season 2, please feel free to contact me, Gavin Kinch, through LinkedIn.